Hello, humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Aim or Death Stranding 2. More of the same, and that is a great thing, let me tell you. I loved Death Stranding when it came out. Of course, many of us, it took us through the pandemic. It's just a game that came out in the right time. But let me tell you, there's very few video games that I buy on day one, right? There's very few franchises that I will give that honor to. Pay full price for something, even go as far as ordering the special edition or, whatever edition contains the most amount of content. And for me, uh, any video game by Kojima is one of those things. And why is that? Is it because they're the best video games around? Because they do everything perfectly? No, it's because they are different. Because it's a sort of a cure for the sameness, for the monotony that we have in AAA gaming today. It really has killed a lot of the industry. A lot of the innovation that we used to have is gone because of the chase to the almighty dollar, right? Because everybody wants to be Fortnite, because everybody wants to be Call of Duty. And that's the kind of clones they create, hoping that they hit a home run. Kojima will ask for $100, $200 million to create a game, and you might double your return, or maybe you only get a 20%, you know, return on your investment. But what the player gets is much more. What the player gets, it's a rich gaming experience. It's something different. It's a new story. It is a new friend, if you will. New characters, great acting. Something that you can remember. Like the old days, the old days used to be great because so many people tried to experiment and do different things and try to tell different stories and just be more creative. They gave artists the freedom to create something new,
Let's
something that
go.
you don't get now. Now what you get is demands for profit, right? And I'm a capitalist at heart, right? I love capitalism. But when the only thing you want to do is chase the dollar by using quantity and not quality, well, the results are self-evident, right? You don't have success with clones. You don't have success with trying to resell the same ideas over and over again. You don't get any type of success with just being one of the bunch. What you can get is something like Death Stranding if you really try. And there's very few creators in the position of Hideo Kojima nowadays that can write their own check, if you will. It wasn't easy for him because what happened to Kojima is what happens to many people in the industry now, where you ask for 150 million, $200 million to create a game, and they'll show you the door because they'd rather make 5 cell phone games with microtransactions because the return on investment will be much higher if they create a hit. And that's really the state of our industry now. It's an industry that chases microtransactions, and you're not going to see the big dollars invested in many of these franchises except for console makers, and that really is what worries me. What's going to happen when you have no more consoles, right? Where those dollars are drying up because you don't need to sell hardware. That really should be a deeper conversation and something that I'm writing on my Substack, which is free, by the way. You guys can go sign up for it. But as soon as I publish it, I'll put it on the channel. Just different analysis of the industry. But let me tell you, the reason I play this game, it's not because it's perfect. I don't play this game because it does everything right. I play this game because it does many things right, because it does many things new, because it does take chances, because it might fail at doing something. But within that failure is a development of a new idea. And this is what you see at Death Stranding 2. A level up from what used to be before, something that a lot of creators don't get to do nowadays, because if your game doesn't sell a certain amount of money, you'll never get a chance to do it again. Look at how many sequels we are missing today that deserve to be sequels, but will never get revived because industry heads are not willing to invest on something that is not going to be microtransaction driven. Forget about the story, forget about the acting, forget about voice actors, forget about writers, forget about the creative process. The only thing that matters is that almighty dollar. And this is what Kojima bucks. This is what Kojima actually goes against. And this is one of the reasons I support him. Because there needs to be more Kojimas out there. There needs to be more independent thought. And this is what Death Stranding delivers. All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. Those are my first impressions. For me, this game is a 10 out of 10. It's just a great creative endeavor. Another great creative endeavor by the great Hideo Kojima. All right, humans, I will catch you on the next one. Take care.